TV begins now.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in for the wildest thrill ride of your life. So grab a snack and sit back because we're about to throw it down.
We've got the best three-wide action door-to-door racing on the turn number 4 you'll find on iRacing, right here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
We are about to crown tonight's champion, and it's time to let her dig.
We're restacked and repacked up for turn number 4. Who's it gonna be? Good evening, race fans. It's been a long time since I've been on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Seems like I've had a long vacation here tonight. We got the season finale 100 laps here at Lanier National Speedway. DWRL, Heartland, Harley, Davidson, Wednesday night street fight season finale. But before we get to the racing action, we're going to send things down trackside for the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And welcome back after the playing of a beautiful rendition of the national anthem, brought to you in part by Dirty Grass Soul and Kevin Deadman here for that rendition of the national anthem. Getting ready to lock and load here. 2 heat races will be the way of the land here for the Heartland Harley Davidson season finale of the Wednesday night street fights. We'll get locked and loaded here in just a matter of seconds as everything ticking down here. Got to remind everyone here, if you're out there in the Facebook Live, make sure you share it out there amongst social media. Share the link. Let everybody know that Full Velocity Racing Network is live here tonight with the Heartland Harley Davidson Wednesday night street fights. Glad everybody's a part. And hey, folks, Star Donations is back working. Appreciate that. Star Donations definitely definitely where you need to be at. Give us a little bit of a star donation. We appreciate what you like, or even go ahead and support our stream with one of those supporter badges. You get us a nice supporter badge. Our supporter goal is 50. Right now we have 3 of 50. Come on, help get those supporters out here for the Full Velocity Racing Network. Also reminding everybody to also follow out there. Definitely love and appreciate everything that's going on as we're looking at different streams and everything going on. Evelyn out there sharing the link out here about streams and different things that we want to do. But heat racing action getting ready to come underway here. Starting on the pole, driving the number 13 machine. That is Caleb Ramsey, his dancing partner to the inside. Driving the number 36, that will be John Monkern. Inside row number 2 in the third starting spot. That will be the number 111, the 11 of Kyle Moyer, and Alex Brewer aboard the Heartland Harley Davidson number 1 machine, rolling off position number 4. Fifth starter sees Henry Jones, the Hammer, that number 25 machine, rolling off in the 5th starting spot. And 6th will be Mitchell Eno, support the 097 in the 6th spot. 7th will be Jim Revis, the evil one himself, the number 21, and his dad's brother outside, driven the number 88. That is Kevin Prettyman. Prettyman in the number 88. We called for all 8 cars out there on the speedway. This heat racing action getting ready to tap in here. 100 laps will be the distance of the feature. It's going to be really slick out there. So it's going to make for a rather interesting race as we get ready to light the wick and light the fire off a turn. And number 4, the first green flag of the evening is out. And we're racing down the front straightaway. The iRacing Hotline green flag is out down into turn number 1. It's Caleb Ramsey. Here comes John Monkern up to the outside. The one of Alex Brewer right there, and Kyle Moyer into the fray, almost 3 wide there. Now we got 3 wide for the second spot. Here comes that number 1 of Alex Brewer up through the middle. He wants to play a little bit of a roundabout there with the number 36 of John Monkern, the 111 or 11 machine of Kyle Moyer down to the inside. Now down to the inside of the 13 of Caleb Ramsey coming off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. It's Ramsey just by a little bit over that number 11 of Moyer. Moyer dives it down deep here again. Prettyman makes an evasive maneuver down there, way down to the inside, moves himself up to the 4th spot. And now Ramsey drifts up the track, leaving the door wide open for the 11 of Kyle Moyer. Here comes the one of Alex Brewer right there, too. Got a whale of a run off the corner as they come down into turn number 3. It's Caleb Ramsey leading the way here. Going to be 5 laps remaining here in heat race number 1. Alex Brewer running in that 2nd spot. 3rd is Kyle Moyer, the Hammer. Henry Jones running in the 4th spot as he was able to get by John Monkern, but Monkern fighting back. That's a battle for position number 4 as the Hammer down to the inside gets side-by-side battle. Meanwhile, back up front is all Caleb Ramsey here as we are coming up on halfway. We are halfway home. We were 4 in, 4 to go here. Halfway home as for the number 13 of Caleb Ramsey. Brewer's now running in a 2nd spot. Moyer now back to 3rd. Brewer now concentrates on the outside of the speedway, trying to get a run on the top shelf of the speedway. Around that number 13 of Ramsey. Ramsey slides it up. Brewer does a high-low switch maneuver off a turn. And number 2 down the back straightaway, trying to pull up underside of the number 13 machine of Caleb Ramsey. Ramsey gets a little bit out of shape, a little bit of contact there, making some love over there. Turn number 4. They drive it off into turn number 1 is Alex Brewer. Now your race leader, the Heartland Harley Davidson number 1. Up front with the 13 of Caleb Ramsey running in that 2nd spot. The number 11 of Kyle Moyer running 3rd. Now Moyer looks to battle it out, duke it out with Caleb Ramsey. But we're going to see the white stuff one more trip around here in heat race number 1. And the poor cone taking a little bit of a hit over there in the corner as Brewer flipping that. Yeah, cold lives matter here down to turn number 3 for the final time. That number 1 of Alex Brewer pulls her off a turn. And number 4 picking up heat race number 1, Alex Brewer. Second going to go to Caleb Ramsey, John Monkern, Henry Jones, Mitch Eno, Jim Revis, Kevin Prettyman, and Kyle Moyer. Something happened to Moyer there, finishing up 8th. So heat race number 1 in the books. Heat race number 2 already starting to try to roll down there on the starting grid down on pit road. A little bit slow about this for heat race number 2. They are starting to grid. Starting on the pole of this one for heat race number 2, going to be the number 69 machine, new number for the David Brewer machine. Normally the 319, the number 69 of David Brewer on the outside. This is the 3D Racing starting lineup. Matthew Evers aboard that number 06 machine, going to roll off position number 2. Inside row number 2 in the 3rd starting spot. That's the number 117 machine. That is Derek Dubry. And outside of him, the 01 of Daniel Price. Inside row number 3 in the third or fifth starting spot, that's the Voodoo Child, Eric Eichstad. Aboard the number 12 machine, and E.J. Jones, the natural one. And car number 84 going to roll off in position at number 6. 7th in shotgun on the field. That is the driver of the number 07 machine from Dirt Royal Racing. That is Justin Pruitt. Pruitt aboard that number 07. 7 cars we called for. All 7 cars out there in the speedway. A lot of nice looking cars here. New cars presented here for the season finale at Lanier. 100 laps has always been the season finale here, and we're going to see what's going to happen with the Wednesday night street fights. Brought to you in part by Heartland, Harley, Davidson. Big shout out. There's Jennifer Lynn out there, Cody out there. Big shout out. Make sure you share this out there. Let everybody know we're live. If you appreciate our stream, give us a little bit of love. Star donations out there go a long way. Also, you can also become definitely a follower, or you can become a supporter goal here on the Full Velocity Race Network. You can become a supporter for $4.99 a month. Zachary Scott flag green. A flag is out to number 69 of David Brewer leading the charge at 1 and 2 off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. The 06 of Matthew Evans running in the 6th spot. Derek Debris in 3rd. There is Eric Eichstad, the Voodoo Child, up into that 4th spot, 3 wide for the 5th spot. As Justin Pruitt looking down to the inside of the number 84, BJ Jones, and the 01 of Daniel Price. High, wide, and handsome for Daniel Price. Price loses a lot of momentum and makes contact to the outside retaining wall. Never a good sign there down the back straightaway, so Daniel Price is going to lose a lot of time on the top 6. Meanwhile, it's David Brewer in that number 69 machine. Matthew Evers gets a tad bit loosened out of shape as Derek Debris now dives it down to the bottom, trying to get around him. Not going to be able to do so. Slams the door shut. Does Everett on Debris. Good battle for the 4th spot. E.J. Jones on the outside. Number 12 with the Voodoo Child, Eric Eichstad. Eichstad going to be drop kicked back to the 5th spot. Going to fall back into the clutch to the 07 of Justin Pruitt. But then number 84 of E.J. Jones now moves into the 4th spot. Matthew Everett trying everything he can. We're going to see halfway home here at heat race number 2. 4 in, 4 to go at the Lanier National Speedway, the dirt version here. As Matthew Everett's letting her dig down into the middle portion of the speedway here in 1 and 2. As the 1 and 17 of Derek Debris down on the extreme bottom trying to make something happen. And then you got the 84, the natural one, E.J. Jones running in the 4th spot. Good battle between him and the Voodoo Child, Eric Eichstad. Matthew Everett trying everything he can to get by the number 69 of David Brewer. A number change, a lot of different things going on, a lot of different pace schemes out there. But this time off a turn at number 4, we're going to see the popsicle sticks up in the air. 2 more trips around the speedway for car number 69 of David Brewer. Matthew Everett running in the 2nd spot. 3rd is the 117 of Derek Debris. And here comes E.J. Jones to the outside in the car number 84. Same way with Justin Pruitt. Pruitt and those guys making headway up on the top shelf of the speedway. The 06 of Everest gets a little bit loose. The white flag comes out. Is that number 69 of David Brewer right there on the point? The 06 sitting in that 2nd spot. That's Matthew Everett. E.J. Jones going to slide into that 3rd spot. 117 of Derek Debris now down to the inside, but off of turn number 4. Heat race number 2 belongs to the 69 of David Brewer. 2nd to Matthew Everett. 3rd to E.J. Jones, Derek Debris, Justin Pruitt, Eric Eichstad, and Daniel Price round out your field here in the 8-lap heat race number 2 in the books. A short warm-up here. We'll take a brief pause for the Costco to get a little bit of a beverage there and show the sights and signs of the Lanier National Speedway before we get locked and loaded for 100 laps. And welcome back here to the Wednesday Night Street Fights, Heartland Harley Davidson Wednesday Night Street Fights. For the season finale, 100 laps will be the distance. 50 stars from Eric Brewer out there. Thank you, Eric, for the star donations. And don't forget, star donations, folks, help us out a long ways here. We definitely got clobbered here for the first half of the month. Facebook not allowing us to have stars. Shame on them. As we finally won it and finally won back so we could get stars here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. We appreciate everybody's support out there, whether you're out there just following us so you could be a supporter or you give those stars every night. We appreciate every one of you here, the race fans, the leagues, everyone alike here for letting everything go here. 100 laps will be the distance. Well, let's jump into that starting lineup as just getting a sip of cold beverage here on a 90-degree day up here in upstate New York again. For the second straight day, 90 plus. Starting on the pole, driving the number one machine, the 3D Racing starting lineup, the number one machine, that is Alex Brewer. As they supported outside, it's Nall Brewer front row, the number 69 machine of David Brewer. Inside row, number two, that's number 13 machine, that is Caleb Ramsey. And Matthew Everett aboard that number 06 machine, running in that fourth spot, going to start in the fourth spot, I should say. Inside row number three, that'll be John Monkern aboard as the number 36, rolling off position number 5. And then E.J. Jones, the natural one, rolling off position number 6. 7th star sees the hammer, Henry Jones, in number 25. And Derek Debris aboard the number 117. Michinos rolls off in the 9th spot, Justin Pruitt in 10th. 11th will be Jim Revis, Eric Eichstead, Kevin Prettyman, Daniel Price, Kyle Moyer. Race fans, we're going to ask you one final question of season number 9. Who's it going to be? Green flag is out. iRacing I flag, green flag, that is, down into turn number 1. Number 1 of Alex Brewer leading the charge there. David Brewer gets between the meat and the sandwich there. The number 36 of John Monkern down to the inside. The 06 of Matthew Evers working on the outside there is David Brewer in a very bad spot there. Getting the bumper there, tag there from the 84 of E.J. Jones. While your race leader, that number 1 machine of Alex Brewer. Second is the number 13 of Caleb Ramsey. Ramsey doing a fantastic job there. The 13 machine. These guys all looking to end their season on an exclamation point. And Alex Brewer's been pretty dominant here, winning quite a few races as of late here the last couple of seasons. So it's good to see Alex Brewer out there. 13 and Caleb Ramsey now dives it down to the inside. We've seen him win a couple of times here already on the Full Velocity Racing Network. The 06 of Matthew Everett running the 3rd spot. 4th is the 36 of John Monkern. Your top 5 is the number 84 of E.J. Jones. But just watching everything that's going to go on here, watching everybody going down through is there's a lot of hot battles going on here. David Brewer now in the midst of a battle there with the 25, almost 3 wide racing there as they check it up a tad bit. The 097 Machinos has to get on the binder, so is the 21 of Jim Revis. Revis had to check up, so those guys just making sure they don't run over each other. That's a lot of respect here in the TWRL Wednesday Night Street Fights brought to you by Heartland Harley Davidson. These guys, every time that we've broadcasted them here, it's been a very, very long time here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. These guys drive each other with every ounce of respect that they have out there, and they just good old-fashioned racing. We're going to watch these guys slip slide around here, 100 laps here in Lanier. It's going to be rather interesting to see how the track is going to go, and you're going to see comers and goers definitely, as the grooves are going to change multiple times throughout this race. And it would be cool to see a green to checkered here at the Lanier National Speedway. I don't think we've seen a complete 100-lapper green checkered as of for the Heartland Harley Davidson Wednesday Night Street Fights. I think we've got 92 laps in or something like that. Pretty close there before on a 100-lap race here with these guys. So they do put on a fantastic showing here. They're almost going 3 wide for the 3rd spot there. Matthew Everett, E.J. Jones, John Monkern, and that number 36 machine down to the extreme inside down there. Pushing the inside wall. He's not very happy with that one. He wants the wall further in, so maybe he can get some more forward bite there. And that number 36 machine, but Monkern has a nice side-by-side battle with E.J. Jones for the 4th spot. One-tenth of the way through already. 10 laps into 100, so 90 laps remain, so 9/10 left here. As the number 1 of Alex Brewer still showing the way here, leading so far. All 10 laps, I should say, of this race here, keeping Caleb Ramsey, Matthew Everett at bay. But again, folks, just remember this track going to change quite a bit from this lap to maybe even lap 30, you'll start seeing the comers and goers and the strategy calls as the field load burns off. You'll see these guys make their way towards the front of the field. Big hello to looks like Bryce out there, Patricia out there, Robbie Pruitt out there too. Big hello to those guys watching in, tuning in to the Full Velocity Race Network. Thank you for making Full Velocity Race Network your home here. These guys continue to rustle around here at fourth position. Just watching these guys duke it out there right now. Currently for the third spot, that is EJ Jones now getting around the 06 of Matthew Everett. As Jones in a new ride too. As Jack was mentioning that a little bit earlier, the 06 of Matthew Everett running in the fourth spot. Fifth is John Moncurn, and Moncurn has his hands full, I should say, of the 69 of David Brewer, who's been looking down to the inside, starting to get a little bit dusty here at Lanier. And this is early in the going here, but dirt track racing, it's not a dirt track race unless there's dirt in your beer. It's definitely one of those things. Finally got to go see a dirt track race here in Susquehanna, Pennsylvania. Made the trip down there Sunday, and somebody to ignore state orders, fantastic for a track to do something like that. A lot of people would cut them down. I'm not going to sit here and cut them down. I think a seasonal business, and that guy being retired and in the military, served 3 terms in Vietnam, doing some different things over there. I think it definitely deserved to be open here, and we all had to sign waivers. So that's one of those great things. In Pennsylvania, really starting to open up down there and just doing whatever they wanted to. So it's going to be rather interesting to see how that's going to all play out. I know New York State starting to get rolling with the races. A lot of other races going on throughout the country here. So far, we're seeing different states. You're being able to see racing with fans, without fans, no fans, just pay-per-view, limited amounts of crews, just practice. Been a lot of things going on here, and hopefully we can get back to real life racing too, along with the iRacing stuff. They complement each other here, and it's been a lot of iRacing as of late, and it's definitely starting to crack wide open, and cannot wait to smell some more race fumes. But iRacing definitely has grown over this whole thing during this pandemic and everything that's going on for COVID-19. So watching these guys go at it and duke it out here is fantastic. It's starting to see some new guys, new faces coming to iRacing. That's also a bit cool, watching guys duke it out and battle it out. But the number 1 of Alex Brewer right now just leading here on lap 21 of 100. They got Caleb Ramsey running second, and EJ Jones running in that third spot. Let's cover John Moncurn battling it out, duking it out with the 06 of Matthew Everett. As now Everett's right now falling back there into the clutches of that 36 of Moncurn. Moncurn's found something on the top shelf of the speedway. I don't know if that's going to be there for long, but Moncurn's making it work. He's going to move into the 4th spot around Matthew Everett. David Brewer running in the 6th spot. Now looking to the inside of Matthew Everett as Brewer trying to make his way back to the front. We know he was on the outside pole, while outside of Alex Brewer had some bad luck go his way. It didn't swing the right direction, and 69 dropped all the way back to the 6th spot. Is that number 25 of Henry Jones right there too, knocking on the door. Michinos running in the 8th spot. Derek DeVries running 9th. Kyle Moyer in 11th. Can't believe he's back there. 10th. Jim Revis running 11th. Eric Dykstead 12th. 13th. Justin Pruitt. Daniel Price running in the 14th spot. Kevin Prettyman running in 15th. So 15 cars left out there. That's what we started with here. On lap 25, we're going to be quarter of the way home. And 75 more laps to go here. And it's been all the green flag racing here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. I had to take a sip of an ice cold, refreshing Coca-Cola. My choice, cherry Coke, actually, for that matter. Here, as it's refreshing as, like you said, 90 degrees here. It feels even hotter in the house here at nighttime, even with fans going and everything else. The number 1 of Alex Brewer still leading here with a 13 of Caleb Ramsey running in second. EJ Jones running in third as you're starting. EJ is starting to pick up some speed there, about the same speed as Caleb Ramsey. Brewer definitely one of the fastest on the field, besides Henry Jones and John Moncurn. Those guys in the 4-second bracket for everybody else in the 5-second bracket or higher. So look out for those guys making their way to the front here as we're getting ready to complete lap number 29. We're going to do so that time by. And yeah, Kyle Moyer, you're right. 17.3 is definitely the fastest out on the speedway. Is Kyle Moyer starting deep in the field right now, currently running the 9th spot. And as you see everything burn off, you're going to see a lot of these guys start making their way to the front of the field rather quickly. Taking a look out there, see if anybody out there new in the chat box. Nobody out there chiming in. Kind of silent out there in Facebook Live. Definitely want to see you guys chime in. Let us know you're watching the Full Velocity Racing Network, the Heartland Harley Davidson season finale, season number 9 here of the Wednesday night street fights. And there's got to be more people watching out there. They're just not tuning in or just not even typing on the chat box. I encourage you to type in the chat box. Let us know where you're from. Let us know where you're watching from. I don't know. Say hello. Say goodbye. You suck. Doesn't matter. Just say something out there so I know you're watching. I can see some of the viewership out there was up into the 30s a little bit earlier. Make sure you're sharing our link out there too. As this gets ready, you're closing up on halfway here, about 17 laps from halfway. As these guys have been pretty much strung out, you're seeing some good racing, probably right where Kyle Moyer is, and that number 11 machine. Same way with the Henry Jones and the Hammer right there, running, trying to run for the 5th spot. So those guys, as Henry Jones looks like he's going to take over the 5th spot, just battling it out. But I tell you, Kyle Moyer running the fastest lap of most drivers every single lap here. EJ Jones right now now ran the best lap last time by was a 17.446, but now he falls off the pace to 17.665. Definitely consistency going to pay off here as we're coming up here on lap number 36 as they come off a turn at number 4. It's been all Alex Brewer, but Caleb Ramsey starting to get that forward bite there towards the bottom side of the speedway. He's down there hub sucking catfish in the bottom. And the number 13 machine making sure he don't make any contact with Alex Brewer. EJ Jones right there too. That's probably why you're seeing such the fluctuation in lap times. These guys battling it out there for the top spot, and any one of those three could pull off the lead out of the turn, down the straightaway, whatever's going to go on. EJ Jones, maybe it'll make you 2 for move. Who knows? And then number 84 machine, he's always good for a couple of rounds of excitement at least. And then number 84 machine, but it's still been all Alex Brewer, leading 37 laps so far of 100. Got to thank our sponsors out there while we're sitting here. Looks like the 01 and Daniel Price going to move down to the infield. The sponsors that make everything happen here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Got to thank Milner Design and Media, Charlie Milner. If you need a wrap, you need a video, you need anything, get a hold of Milner Design and Media. Also, got a big shout out to our Motorsports for official yellow flag sponsor of the Full Velocity Racing Network, iRacingIFlag.com. Head on over to iRacingIFlag.com, and Jeff Brown will hook you up with an iFlag, a pit box, something else going on over there. But man, fantastic products. If you don't have one of those products, man, you might as well keep it on the trailer because everybody else is going to have that much of a competitive advantage over you. Go to iRacingIFlag.com. Also, got to thank JMax Journey, JMax Strong. Head on over to JMax Journey. It's www.jmaxstrong.com. Locked in Syndrome Warrior. It's not for the weak, and definitely JMax doing a fantastic job. Watched him do some Wreck Fest, watched him with the special controller, just do a lot of fantastic things, and watching his development and everything. Buy merchandise to help his struggles out there and help him on his way. So thank you to JMax and JMax Journey and JMax Strong. Also got to thank BladeNode.com, a simple web solutions powered by nerds. Official Victory Lane sponsor of the Full Velocity Racing Network, lineup sponsor. Also, BladeNode.com, simple web solutions powered by nerds. Also got to thank 3D Racing, the official sponsor, the official team of Full Velocity Racing Network, our official lineup sponsor also each and every night here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Big thank you to 3D Racing. Those guys are fantastic, every one of them. And big thank you to Ken Roos, too. Ken Roos, the painter out there for those guys. Ken does a fantastic job, too. Also got to thank South Texas Speedway, Corpus Christi, Texas, www.southtxspeedway.com. Also got to thank TDR-Racing.net, TDR-Racing.net, the official Turtle sponsor of the Full Velocity Racing Network. A leaner also for the TDR-Racing.net. Also, I got to thank Cyber Thunder Racing League. Got to thank Ty BTV, Tyler Blankenship TV. Head on over there if you want to watch him do his sim rig. He's got a cool setup over there, folks. And I'll share it live on Full Velocity Racing Network wherever we can do that. And one of the things that we may offer in the future is in-car shots with him around the Full Velocity Racing Network. Is if we can get him into the leagues that we run at, we'll be able to do that. And definitely Ty BTV coming aboard as a sponsor. He used to be Hanover Record Service, but he's definitely pushing his Ty BTV. And I've watched him a couple times. And, fantastic content over there. Also got to thank Sheffield Graphics too. Sheffield Graphics, the official onboard sponsor of the Full Velocity Racing Network. Hopefully I'm not forgetting anybody. Oh yeah, I got to forget. They can't forget iRacing Dirt Painters. I don't have the iRacing Dirt Painters logo here for some reason, but I'm sure Jack has a nifty little splash screen he always has. I don't know if he even has it anymore. But thank you to iRacing Dirt Painters too. Just giving you a little bit of insight here as we're coming up on halfway home. So all the sponsors of the Full Velocity Racing Network covered. All the sponsors here of Wednesday Night Street Fights, which is Harley and Harley Davidson, has been covered too. Again, thank you to Harley and Harley Davidson for coming on board here. It looks like we're going to. They got some cars around over there. Hopefully they don't stay. Hopefully the yellow flag don't come out. Jim Revis in the wall, can't back out. The yellow flag going to come out here halfway home. First yellow flag of the evening. And, man, what happened to Jim Revis? Let's see what happened. Oh, the 097 of Mitch Enos. So Mitch Enos gets clumped sideways right in front of the number 21 after he hits the wall. 21 has nowhere to go. Those guys both hit each other down next to the wall. Mitch Enos backs up. I think the backward gear, the reverse in the number 21 is definitely broken. Down there on the infield, you're going to have somebody pull them backwards. That's also a sign of no torque converter. It's actually direct drive, and that's illegal, Jack. It's illegal. So hopefully he doesn't make it in the top 5 because tech inspection might get him. I don't know. Is Phil down there? Where's Phil?
Phil wouldn't even see it.
You're right. Did Jim Revis go around there? Kevin Prettyman, all those guys getting back on the lead lap. Gotta say a big special birthday to Bud Leiser. Bud, thank you. Velocity Racing Network star donations. I wonder if that's Jeff Brown. I don't know who sent stars.
It's either Jeff or Ron or
Jeff, Ron, somebody's sending stars out there. Phil, I don't think Phil's out there.
Phil's
Big
watching
thank
wrestling.
you. That was 795 stars. We see Jennifer Lynn out there watching. Caleb Race from Tennessee. Trisha out there watching from Virginia for Justin Pruitt. The green flag comes back out. It was Jeff Brown. Thanks, Jeff, for the stars, man. Very, very much appreciated. Glad to see you out there, man. I hope you're enjoying me on the microphone because it's been quite some time. It feels like a stone age since I've actually been out here on the microphone on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Just trying to catch up with everybody that's out there. With Bryce out there from Virginia, also pulling for Justin Pruitt. A lot of Justin Pruitt fans out there. Martinsville, Virginia. Everything going on down in Virginia. So everybody down in Virginia, appreciate you guys tuning in. And Jeff Brown, man, appreciate you, man. Always have been. iRacingIFlag.com. I tell you, there ain't a better guy than Jeff Brown out there. And definitely get a hold of him or something. Just let him know that you're there every once in a while. We're under green flag conditions, and look at EJ Jones moving into that second spot as he gets around Caleb Ramsey. Looks like that's what he needed. Is Ramsey now into the second spot? Or third spot, dropping back to second spot. EJ Jones into the second spot. Now fighting for the race lead. We'll see what EJ is going to have here. And these guys have switched it around quite a bit. As we got 3. Yeah. If EJ Jones gets around the one of Alex Burr, I definitely have to agree with Jack. He's going to check out on the field. But Kyle Moyer right there, too. He's making a 3 wide. He's up to the 4th spot. He started deep into the field here tonight. So Kyle Moyer still going 3 wide. EJ Jones knows he's got to go there. The natural one knows that the number 11 is going to be coming. He's definitely fast, Kyle Moyer. Here we're going to go up and complete lap number 61. So it's going to be 39 laps as E.J. Jones gets it to the side. The one of Alex Brewer messes it up, gets out of shape, but saves it. Handful of steering wheel for E.J. Jones, but Jones going to hold on to the second spot right there in front of Caleb Ramsey. So Jones going to have to regroup and try another challenge, another wing at it on Alex Brewer. He's definitely faster than Brewer, but Brewer's holding his line, keeping him at bay. Caleb Ramsey running in the third spot. Moyer running in fourth. Mine Kern running in the fifth spot. And car number 36 to 25 of the Hammer Henry Jones running 6 to 69. Of David Brewer running 7th. Derek DeBree running 8th. Justin Pruitt running 9th. With all those fans out there, we got to hear the chants for Justin Pruitt go down out in Facebook Live. Maybe that'll help him go a little bit faster out there towards the front of the field. Maybe he's just looking back there, just waiting. The 1-17 of Derek DeBree way up on the top of the speedway. That's in the marbles almost. As he's making things happen up there, making a good stroke of business up there. But it's definitely going to take a lot longer to try to catch these guys. Meanwhile, back up front is Alex Burr, and here comes E.J. Jones down to the inside again. Caleb Ramsey right there knocking on the door, and Kyle Moyer in the fourth spot. Yeah, the Jaws music. Definitely cue the Jaws music. Oh, darn. No Jeopardy music, no Jaws music, but the Jaws music is definitely for the love of Kyle Moyer. And then number 84 of E.J. Jones looks back down to the inside there. Alex Brewer's led every single lap so far, and he doesn't want to give up that race lead here. And he wants to put the exclamation point on the season here for season number 9 of Wednesday Night Street Fights. And then number 1 of Alex Brewer continues to lead the 84 of E.J. Jones running second, and 13 of Caleb Ramsey running in the third spot. Like I said, we were talking about happy birthday. I would sing a happy birthday song to Bud Liger, but he's not here, Jack. We could have sung it to him and made an ass out of him, I guess. But and definitely, if you guys see Bud Liger, make sure you wish him a happy birthday today. He's been doing a lot of the Wednesday Night Street Fights, been doing a lot of stuff with the Full Velocity Racing Network. He's an announcer at the Afton Motorsports Park, where my home turf is. Afton Motorsports Park does a fantastic job down there, and we're opening back up for practice on June 5th, and then the 6th, I'm going up to Thunder Mountain Speedway, and they're having, it's unique up there. They're having fans, but it's a drive-in atmosphere, so you're going to have a drive-in movie theater setup at the racetrack. The cars can pull up and watch a big drive-in picture as the race cars are going on, so you're still going to be able to smell the fumes, and you're still going to actually see the dust fly. But you're going to see it on a drive-in movie theater right at the track, but you can't be out in the stands.
How are you going to
watch it from your car?
How are you going to be able to get a hot dog in your car?
Well, when you get out and exit, they are going to have food there. You're going to be able to get up there and social distance there, 6 feet apart, and stand in line and get your hot dog, your hamburger. It's going to be nice. It's going to be cool.
Do you have to wear your mask?
Yes, masks you have to wear. But I tell you, I went to Penn Can Speedway, and they said you had to wear your mask. You had to bring a mask. That's all you had to do. Bring a mask. You got in the gate, and everybody, I'm going to say 85% of the people did not wear masks. 2,500 people, 2,500 spectators alone out there on the front straightaway. So that goes to show you that people aren't scared anymore. They're sick and tired of being locked up, and I guess if you're cooped up all winter and then you're cooped up even more, it's going to cause that cabin fever. And they're going to want to get out. And that's why you see so many great people out. I'm going to tell you, everybody associated with everybody. Now, Alex Brewer. Yeah, Moyer is definitely trying Alex Brewer to race leader. E.J. Jones tried a couple different times. I don't think he has enough pizzazz to get by the one of Alex Brewer right now. But 11 Kyle Moyer has been knocking on the door of the 13 Caleb Ramsey lap after lap after lap. Let's take a look at his lap time last time by. Slower amongst the top 4, but I'm going to tell you, folks, even if he's slower amongst the top 4, that's because he's getting checked up by the 13 Caleb Ramsey. Ramsey's running his lines of Kyle Moyer. That's his job to get by him. But Moyer seems to be slipping just a tad bit as we are 3/4 of the way home. 25 laps remain here. Lanier National Speedway, Heartland, Harley, Davidson, Wednesday Night Street Fights. So the one of Alex Brewer still continues to lead this one. I'm trying to find a battle through the field here. I don't know if Jack's seen any battles here. A lot of guys going to the outside, but I'm seeing the dust prevail here. Eric Geigstad back there in 10th. He's looking to split the difference up through the middle there between the 07 and 21. Pretty good battle going on there. That's for 10th. Just say 9th, 10th, and 11th there, but good battle, good spirits. Yeah, Monkern and the hammer. Is he going to use the hammer to get it by Monkern? I don't think so. I think the hammer has come a long way so far, looking down to the inside of Monkern. Meanwhile, up front, to see a battle there for a minute out of my corner of my eye, the 13 Caleb Ramsey. He was down to the inside of the 84 of E.J. Jones, but Jones not giving that up. As it's Alex Brewer, E.J. Jones, and Caleb Ramsey. Your top 3, Kyle Moyer, John Monkern. Your top 5, 6 through 10th, you got Henry Jones, David Brewer, Derek DeVries, Jim Revis, and Justin Pruitt. Then the rest of the field, you got 11th through 15th. You got Eric Eichstead, Matthew Everett, Kevin Prettyman, Mitch Enos, and Daniel Price. Every car pretty much out there except for the bottom 2 there. Looks like pit road, extensive long pit road, as those guys still down there getting repairs done, something going awry with those cars. We're watching up front here. It's a 4-car breakaway, a battle for the lead. One caution here amongst 100 laps would be fantastic, Jack. I haven't seen many of that either. 100 laps in the street fights here. Definitely showing why these guys are an invite only here for Wednesday nights. The only way to get invited is through Sunday night shootout. So these guys are doing a fantastic job. And man, I had to go and speak about the yellow flags. Another yellow flag coming out here. Our motorsports yellow flag coming out. Second one of the evening. So it looks like Justin Pruitt gets into the side of the 21 of Jim Revis and Eric Eichstead also involved, kind of finishing them off. Bad news for the Pruitt fans out there on Facebook Live. Spun around, got some TV time, though, so you can see him. But the wrong kind of TV time, around in and out over there in the corner. So he's going to join the tail of the field, which should put him around. Going to put him 12th on the field. But he's going to have to stack it back up and try to hope for the better there for that number 07 machine.
Looked like EJ was trying a different line. He was going in the middle of the corner.
Yeah, definitely EJ trying a couple different lines out there. Not sure what's going to work. How many fans out there think the number 1 of Alex Brewer going to take this down? Give me a heart emoji. How many of these fans going to think the 84 VJ Jones? Give me a smiley face. Or give me an angry face for Caleb Ramsey if he's going to take down the win. So the top 3. Give me one of those faces. Let me know who your pick is going to be. Who's going to take down the victory. If somebody else is going to win, we'll change it up next time, next go around. Well, let me know by the face. What do you think? Who do you think's going to win? Of those. So E.J. Jones, Caleb Ramsey. Look at John Monkern way up to the top shelf of the speedway, trying to make something happen around the 11 of Kyle Moyer. And the number 1 of Alex Brewer still leading here, leading 86 laps so far, so 14 laps remaining for the Harley Davidson number 1. Good battle for the second spot, Caleb Ramsey and the 84 of E.J. Jones. Side-by-side battle for the second spot as they pull off at turn number 4. Jones puts down to the inside of that number 13 of Ramsey. Ramsey not going away without the fight, though, has a pretty good groove in the middle portion of the pack as those guys making a little bit of love there through the corner down the back straightaway here to turn number 3. So this is shaping up to be a fantastic race. I do believe you're going to see some interesting things happen here over the next 12 laps, maybe. The number 84, B.J. Jones, now moves back into the second spot. Pretty comfortable there. Lats there in front of the 13, Caleb Ramsey. Ramsey running in the third spot. Fourth is that number 11 of Kyle Moyer. Moyer had the longest road to get up to the front of the field. Running in the fourth spot. I don't know if he's got anything left here for the top 3. Has he used it all up? We're going to see 10 laps remaining. 10 to go here. 90% of the way home for the number 1 of Alex Brewer. Looks like we got some cars wrecking. Jack letting us know. I wonder if they kept it going. They're going to keep it going, though. Kyle Moyer slow down to the bottom. No yellow flag out, though. 9 laps remain. Moyer down to the infield, and man, he takes out the cone down to the inside, pissed off, and runs it right into a concrete barrier down to the infield. His night going to be extinguished here. We're going to put the fire out on Kyle Moyer as he puts it down on pit road. Definitely probably not real happy with what happened. Didn't get a chance to look at it, so we'll let Kyle Moyer finish up in the 12th position here. So it's been all Alex Brewer. Can anybody track him back down? EJ had the best chance there a couple different times. Caleb Ramsey was up there knocking on the door too. Well, your top three is Brewer, Jones, Ramsey, Brewer, Moncurn, Eichstead, Revis, Debris, Jones, and Everett. Your top 10 as they're running now. 6 laps to go at the line. Big thank you to all the fans watching Full Velocity Racing Network tonight. Make sure you share it out there. Like the link. Star donations go a long way. Jennifer out there saying go for Caleb. Really hope Caleb wins this race. Definitely going to be hard from the third spot here as we have 5 to go for the number 1 of Alex Brewer. EJ Jones has definitely caught him last time by. Jones was a tick faster, but yellow flag going to come back out here, and that's going to make this thing a little bit more dicey here as yellow flag goes out to join the tail of the field. Looks like John Moncurn involved in this one. Moncurn comes down into the corner. Looks like it pushed up the track. Got it. 21 of Revis. The hammer Henry Jones gets involved. Justin Pruitt unfortunately gets involved too. Wrong place, wrong time for Pruitt. So 4 cars involved here. Is yellow flag number 3 going to come out over the field? So we're going to see Delaware double file restart. They're going to be the way of the land here. Looks like we're going to go into a little bit of overtime, maybe. Yep, going to go into overtime. It's going to be a green, a white checker to the finish here. See who's going to take this one down. Alex Brewer in a row all by himself. 13 to Caleb Ramsey down the inside. The 84 of EJ Jones on the outside. iRacing.com. Chevy Silverado down to do the infield. iRacing on flag. Green flag is out. The number 1 of Alex Brewer leading here. We'll see how long that's going to be. Ramsey dives her in as deep as he can on Brewer. Side by side through turn number 1, but Brewer pulling away down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3 and off of turn number 4. White flag going to be out. And contact being made there. And I don't know if that's going to be enough to bring out a yellow flag. Or if the next flag going to let it. Nope. And I don't think the yellow flag going to come out here. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Driving it off into turn number 3 and off of turn number 4. Picking up the 100 lap. Amen. It's going to be Alex Brewer. The Heartland Davis number 1. Second going to go to the natural one. EJ Jones. Caleb Ramsey going to finish up in that 3rd spot. Justin Pruitt. 4th. 5th is going to be Derek DeVries. Jim Revis for 6th. John Moncurn. 7th. 8th is going to be Matthew Everts. 9th, David Brewer. 10th, number 25, Henry Jones, Eric Eichstead, Kevin Prettyman, Kyle Moyer, Michelinos, and Daniel Price running out your 15-car field. Fireworks going off in the distance here. We have a winner here. Wednesday night street fights. The number 1 of Alex Brewer taking it down here. Once again at the Lanier National Speedway. We make our way on down to BladeNote.com. Victory Lane to get an interview with our top 3 drivers tonight on the Full Velocity Racing Network. We'll be right back at you here in just a few moments. And welcome back here to the Full Velocity Racing Network, BladeNote.com. Victory Lane. We'll roll on over here to third place finisher. We're looking. Trying to get him over here. Caleb Ramsey bringing home third here tonight in the number 13 machine. Caleb, what a great race here. Season finale here with the Wednesday Night Street Fights brought to you in part by Heartland Harley Davidson. But man, a good race amongst the top three. Even Moyer was into that, so it was like a four-car breakaway for quite some time there. But tell us about your race, Caleb, and what was going through your head at that 100 laps, man. That's a long, long time here at Lanier.
Yeah, I knew with the track carrying over, it was going to be pretty slick. So I was just kind of trying to set up for that. And yeah, the top 3, 4, we stayed pretty much together the whole race. I was trying everything I could to get around those guys, but they just had a little more than me.
Hey, definitely right down to the bottom there. Didn't look like the forward bite was enough for you. And then number 13 machine, and looks like EJ able to get around you on the outside, but give it a valiant effort and a good way to end season number 9 here, the Wednesday Night Street Fights. Caleb with a podium finish. Hopefully more of those to come in the next season.
Yeah, man, it was nice to come back and get a podium. I haven't raced over here since my last Lima Land win, so yeah, it was pretty nice to come back and get a podium with all the great drivers that are in.
Yeah, definitely not an easy task to get a podium finish here too, either on the Wednesday Night Street Fights here, Caleb. I know you had somebody out there pulling for you here tonight, but I'll give you that microphone. Thank who I'd like to thank, and got to thank your fan out there that's been what's pulling for you there.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank Jim and everybody over here that puts this league on. I think my teammates at Mud Duck Racing, Eric Eichstad with Eichstad Wraps puts the wrap on my car for me. You guys for putting on a great broadcast. Everybody at Mid-10 Chassis, Tennessee Backwoods Racing, Checkers and Wreckers. Yeah, and then thank everybody that tuned in and watch and support me, cheering me on.
Yeah, I think there's a Jennifer out there cheering you on too, Caleb.
Oh, yeah, well, shout out to her. Shout out Jennifer for cheering me on. Get her.
Yeah, out there. But hey, third place finish, nothing to hang your head about, and a good momentum, maybe going into street fights or something next year. I'm sure we'll see you more here on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
I'm trying to wrap up the season championship at NWRA on Tuesdays that you guys broadcast, so you'll see me over there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, bringing home third place here tonight. Driver of the number 13, Mud Duck Racing number 13. That is Caleb Ramsey bringing home that third spot. We'll make our way on down to one of probably the most electrifying interviews, or one of the interviews that could be the most entertaining, I would say. EJ Jones bringing home another podium finish here. Full Velocity Racing Network. It's been a while since we talked to you, though, EJ. But man, what a great race between all you guys up in the front of the field.
Yeah, it was a pretty good show. I mean, I'm gonna complain here in a second, but but yeah, it was a good race up front with Alex and Caleb. It kind of mattered where you started tonight, it seemed like, but sometimes you can't help the luck of the draw, so it happens.
Definitely, draw doesn't help you. Got anything there, EJ, and a second place finish though. You had some fast laps in that number 84 machine, able to bring yourself up as far as it goes. You had a couple of different looks down to the inside of Alex Brewer, but it just seemed like the bite wasn't there for that number 84.
Yeah, and this is where I'm going to complain because I used to like Lanier, and I don't know anymore. It's almost impossible to pass at this place, and I can't figure anything else out, so... Yeah, well, what can you do? That's going to be my complaint, is I feel like it's impossible to pass now.
You might... What's that, Jack? Go ahead.
Do what? I have no idea. I haven't been on in a while, so, but even before tonight, I felt like it was starting to get broken, and I think it is broken now, but it may have been as dry as the track is. I honestly don't know. I remember the top used to be the fast line a couple seasons ago. Now you have to be right around that seam on the inside, no matter if it's dry, wet, or whatever. That's where you have to be, it seems like. So, I mean, it's not going to be perfect. Everyone's racing on the same thing, so I should probably just stop complaining about it.
Well, EJ, I'll make you stop completely about it. We'll give you that microphone, okay? We'll give you the microphone. Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about sponsors, people we like to thank here tonight. You know, the big party that's going to happen afterwards.
Fireball cake.
So we can drown our sorrows. Give you that microphone. Thank you.
I'm about to say, if you're going to give me your microphone, I could complain about anything and everything all night if that's the case. But I got to thank the guys, Cedar Cove Speed, Charles, and Dylan for the help with the rig setup and everything else. Got to thank Eric Eichstadt Raps, guys at Dirt Warrior Racing. Say hey to my mom. Also, thanks to Peter. Say hey to my girlfriend Lisa out there. I think she's still watching. I hope she is. If she is, hey, hi babe. Sorry. I didn't plan on running tonight. I was going to watch the NASCAR race, and they got rained out. And it's like, well, go mow my yard, and then a storm come blowing through. So it's like, well, I don't know what to do now. So we'll just hop on here. We'll just turn some laps tonight, and we'll have some fun, and we'll complain about it afterwards a little bit. Oh, by the way, we've got hot dogs, hamburgers, Michelob Ultra. I have to have churros now for Lisa. That's her favorite. And I don't know where Phil's at, so I guess we're just going to eat the fireball cake all ourselves tonight. So
we lost him somewhere.
Don't you hate it when you get lost? Do we need to put him on some milk cartons or put some missing posters up on some electrical poles anywhere or anything like that?
Yeah, we could do that. I don't know if he wandered off into the woods. I don't know where he went. Jack, whose turn was it? I don't remember.
Say what?
I just hope we don't see him on the true crime reports on YouTube one day right now.
We're looking for Phil. I was asking whose turn was it to watch it.
I think it was Jeff Brown's turn.
Oh, okay. Jeff Brown. Okay. We'll make sure we ask Jeff Brown what's going on for my racing eye flag.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll have to ask Jeff. Hopefully he's not lost. And now I've completely ran through the little red light on the camera. So everyone, y'all have a great night. Stay safe from I guess COVID's not around no more. At least if you go to like Lowe's or Walmart or Home Depot, you don't have to worry about catching it there. Just kind of shy away from going to the dirt tracks because that's probably where it hangs out right now.
No, not down in Pennsylvania.
That's what they've told us down here for the past month, and now they're finally opening some of the tracks up so we can go out and do something.
we got owners of tracks opening up against the government policy. They don't care anymore.
I can go on about this all night.
We'll let you go, EJ. We'll
let Alex get his interview in before we all go to sleep.
Yeah. Maybe that'll be a topic where we invite everybody for everything else. We'll just make a round table of it one night.
Works for me. Just make sure I'm not drinking a lot of Michelob because I'll give you my honest opinion.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, bring home second place tonight. Driver that number 84, the natural one, EJ Jones. We'll kick him out here. We'll come down and get an interview with tonight's winner, Wednesday Night Street Fights. Heartland Davidson, Wednesday Night Street Fights. Alex Brewer, who led the whole thing here tonight. Alex, what a great way to end season number 9 here of the Wednesday Night Street Fights with an exclamation point, taking down the win here at Lanier. And, man, EJ Jones can really talk, so we're going to try to give you a little bit of time. But tell us about that race.
Oh, yeah, it was a really fun race. Just tried to stay consistent on my line. And I seen EJ coming, and last time we had a pretty good race for the first place spot. And yeah, I take the car home and don't even gotta wash it.
No, definitely looking good there in that number 1 machine. Nice scheme out there, and definitely good to see a win here at Lanier and to cap off the season. 100 laps. Man, how difficult was that track here tonight? It looked a little bit slippery.
It was perfect for me. My car was set up just perfect for the track. It stayed where I wanted it to and went where I wanted it to, and took off the corners. Had a lot of takeoff speed.
All right, good finish there for the number one. Obviously, bringing home the victory. Alex, we'll give you that microphone one last time. You had a lot of fans out there too watching you. Give a big shout out to them and all your sponsors here that make things happen here on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
I give a shout out to Heartland Harley for sponsoring the league, and Eichstead Wraps for the wrap on the car, Team Dirt Warrior for all the help and practice, Dirt Warrior Racing League for putting the league up, and you guys for broadcasting.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, did you have another thing, Alex?
Yeah, I gotta thank my wife too for letting me race.
That's the most important. You can't think about that. You can't forget that one.
Get in trouble.
Yeah.
You guys cut that out and put it in the beginning.
We probably could. We might be able to do that.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, bringing home the win here tonight, the Lanier National Speedway 100 laps here for the Heartland Harley Davidson Wednesday Night Street Fight season number 9. Alex Brewer aboard that number 1 machine. A big thank you going out to Heartland Harley Davidson, Wednesday Night Street Fights, DWRL, all of our great sponsors here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Thank you for another successful season, number 9 here. Definitely enjoy coming over here to DWRL. Enjoy everything about here, the Wednesday Night Street Fights, full fender frenzy at its finest, and going into the summer months now. I know we'll take a brief break here for week 13. I'm hoping that we'll know whether or not we'll be coming up and broadcasting for everybody next season. We'll see what's going to happen here with DWRL. Thank you to everybody tuning in on the Full Velocity Racing Network. I'm signing off here for tonight. On behalf of Jack Truitt, pushing all the controls for myself up here, talking and rambling on. Phil LeCast for being lost somewhere out in the middle of nowhere. Bud Leiser, happy birthday to you out there. Thank you to Ron Piles. You got to also thank Jeff Brown, Charlie Milner, all the guys here at Full Velocity Racing Network. A big thank you, and see you tomorrow night, Thursday night. We're going to head on over to the Mighty Modifieds and do a fantastic showing with that one. I believe Phil taking the night off, having eye surgery, so he won't be with us there tomorrow night. But we'll see you then Thursday night on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Good night.